On this episode of Spirits, the Spirit Chasers crew was brought in to investigate Bossy Grrls pinup joint in Columbus, Ohio. Bossy Grrls has a long storied history dating back to the late 1800s. It's been a stagecoach stop, a speakeasy, a slaughterhouse, and even a motorcycle parts graveyard at one point. The performers and employees have had numerous paranormal encounters. Let's hear about those experiences in their own words.
There's been multiple occasions where I hear somebody coming up the stairs, and it's a common thing, it's common courtesy for us that when you're coming up the stairs, you say your name so we know who it is, that way we don't know if it's a random person or not. So I'll just shout out, "Who is it?" And there'll be no response, so I look downstairs and there's nobody walking up and down stairs. And it's not possible that it's like somebody that took a few steps and left, like it's coming up the stairs, like it's going all the way up.
I just always felt watched. I always felt like there was someone in a corner watching me, and it's this constant feeling. Like, it doesn't matter if 10 people have been up in that room and just left. It doesn't matter if it's been just me the entire day. I always feel like it's almost like someone snuck in and snuck up there and is hiding. There's been twice that I'll be walking up the stairs during an intermission or something, and I'll hear people talking, like a full-on conversation. And it's always distinctly two female voices that I hear. So I'll announce myself, I'll yell that I'm coming upstairs, and as soon as I turn the corner, there's nobody up there. It's completely empty. Nobody could walk past me. I've seen nobody.
Several years ago, we learned from a traveling burlesque group that you should put a baby monitor on your stage so that you can hear upstairs where the show is at. So we did that, and from that point on, it was just bizarre situations. So I'd be sitting next to the safe, counting things up, doing paperwork, and I'd hear, even though I know the door is locked, I hear the door open beep. Or very frequently a loud clap. Or the murmuring of a voice or something. And that's probably half a dozen times.
And somebody was helping me close and took the trash out. Well, he walked past by, and I felt like this kind of like weird, like kind of aggressive energy, or like maybe sad or something. And I was like, man, what the f is his problem? And then he walked past again, like nanoseconds later, and I'm like, holy shit, like I would have seen him walk back, you know?
A lot of times, like this happens fairly frequently when I am walking up the stairs to our dressing room. I'll look up at the top of the stairs and I'll see just like the edge of someone's dress, or like a heel, or like not necessarily a heel, but like the back of a foot or something, just like out of the corner of my eye at the top of the stairs, and I'll just yell up, "Hi," and then I'll head up and there's nobody in there.
The weirdest thing that's happened to me personally, and I get made fun of a lot for this because it doesn't, it seems to be a very obvious creepy thing, but I experienced the walls bleeding.
Wait, what?
I experienced the walls bleeding. And it sounds really weird, but when we closed recently, we renovated the bar. So we were doing some painting, and I was in what we call the penny room. It has a penny floor. It's in the middle of our bar. And we were getting ready to paint this wall, and before we painted it, I noticed that there was some red sticky substance on the wall. And I go over and I look at it, and it looks like blood, and I touch it, and it is sticky, and I smell it, and it smells metallic like blood. And I'm thinking, okay, there's only 3 people here who are helping. One of us had to have gotten cut somewhere. Who's injured? Who's bleeding? Who's bleeding enough for it to be on the wall? And I ask everybody who's here, and we're all kind of checking each other, and nobody seems to be bleeding, but it's almost certainly blood. Like, it definitely looks, feels, and smells like blood. I didn't taste it, I didn't go that far, but it appears to be blood. So I think, okay, somebody has to have a cut that they can't find right now, or there's some reaction with like some graffiti somebody had put on the wall or something. We wipe it down, we let it dry, and then we go to paint. And we paint the wall this purple color, you can kind of see it up there. And then more of this red sticky substance starts coming through. And we wipe it down and we go to put on the second coat, and it starts coming through again. And so I paint that spot again. And I haven't seen it since, except I think it was the day before we opened. I had missed just a few spots with this paint up here by the front door. And I went to go paint around this door jamb, and I found that same red sticky substance. It wasn't dry, it was wet, and it smelled metallic like blood.
While Ted is still setting up his equipment, he appears to get some activity on the stage. The little plastic ball that's lighting up on the stage is motion sensitive, and anytime that it detects motion or vibration, it will light up.
You like that? You go light up again?
The other device on the stage is known as a periscope, and it picks up on ambient static electricity, and using the light up crystals around the center of the disc will tell you what direction it's picking it up from.
Checking out all the stuff on the stage, aren't you? Well, we'll say this much. At least they're not shy about letting themselves know being here.
Oh, I'm just falling apart here. That's all. Just me falling apart.
Thank you very much.
What are you feeling right now?
Calm. Before this felt like there was something back here in this corner. The energy was very high back there, but at the moment it is just calm.
Well, we told whoever was here that if they were male that they had to leave because we were going to get dressed for the show.
You want to tell him you're dressed now and see if he
Yeah. Okay, we're ready. We're ready for the show. You can come back up.
I heard something just now.
I heard it over there too.
I just hear headphones, so I don't know what direction it was, but I definitely heard it. Where did you hear it from?
From your direction.
Really? Oh, shoot.
Okay, I get creepy crawlies up my back. The energy's getting high back here again.
Do you think it's because you invited the male back up
I
here?
think so.
What's weird is I almost felt like somebody had walked to the left of me right after you said that, and then you heard that over there, and then you said you had the creepy crawlies
again.
There's a window right here, and I've seen a couple cars go by, and you can see the movement in multiple different mirrors.
Right.
From like the shadows and stuff. That's the only thing that I've seen so far.
Well, and as Bobby moves around, his reflection is in so many different places and at different angles, and I'm wondering if they're not just seeing somebody actually move, and because it's not their face, it's the back of their head or something that they're catching.
Kind of
agree.
like a funhouse effect.
Yeah.
No, and I don't feel the presence that I felt after you asked whoever to come back. So it's almost like they come and they go.
Yeah. I don't feel it right now either.
And I haven't heard anything on audio.
I'm wondering if they're not drawing whatever down to that box.
Yeah. It's the easiest way to communicate at this point right now. Instead of, using all their energy to turn this on, turn it off, they're wanting to do something that's easy to communicate. And
I would say that's a confirmation.
I felt like a bunch of energy in here, but it seems to come and go. So 1 minute I feel it, and then the next minute I don't. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like whoever's in here just comes when they want to come up here and then goes. But I think they mainly stay up here. But I think there's so much going on tonight and they finally have their time to talk.
Yeah.
That they're moving around the building.
So can you come forward and show us who you are and let us see that we know you're here? Flash the light for me. Oh, thank you. Okay, can you turn on the one on the other side of the room? There's one on the other side. I know you did it a minute ago. You had them both going. Okay, can you turn that light off? Just step away from it. New toy, huh? So have you been down here in the basement long? I heard that maybe at one point this was a speakeasy. Were you here when it was a speakeasy? I heard that also on the ground here it was a slaughterhouse at one time. And I also heard it was on the route of the stagecoach. Well, thank you for turning on that one now. You're a little bit closer to me. See, I'm not scary. I'm not going to hurt you. Now all you got to do is just turn on the one in the middle of the room there. They say that the people that work here are awfully scared to come down here. They don't like the basement because it's awfully creepy. Do you do things down here to keep them away? If so, turn on the flashlight. Okay, thank you. I had 3 flashlights down in the basement in 3 different locations, basically like forming a triangle, one at the far back and one on either side. Are you still down there? If you are, turn the flashlight on for a yes. There you are. You're back again, huh? Seeing you're coming closer. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to be very, very nice to you. Oh, now you got both of them on. Very good. Did you die in this building? Yeah? Okay.
Hi, Pete.
Pete, that's the second time I've heard that.
Nice to meet you. Are you the man in the basement, Pete?
Stay out. You're offensive.
I'm sorry. Is it hot or cold where you are? If it's cold, turn on the light. The white light that you had turned on earlier. Yeah, the flashlight. Is it hot where you are? Turn on the flashlight if it's hot. The light. The white light that you had turned on earlier. Yeah, the flashlight. Is it hot where you are? Turn on the flashlight if it's hot.
I would say Something's here. But we don't know. We don't know what it is.
I would have to say that I didn't feel anything that was very pressing or dangerous in nature that they have to be worried about for any reason. But everything here seems docile. Like almost like travelers passing through and they say, hey, I kind of like this place, you know, I think I'll stick around for a while. Something to that effect.
Yeah, the energy here is definitely not malevolent. It is fun, interactive, maybe some residual. It's interesting.
After reviewing all of the audio and video that we captured, we went back to Bossy Grrls to share what we found with the owners and talent. All right, so right now we've got the camera positioned back in the storage area back there. And what you'll hear is there's obviously nobody in that room right now, you can tell, but you will hear a voice come through and we'll see what you think. do you need to hear that again?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and do it again.
Now, did you amplify that voice?
No.
Okay, so that's an unamplified voice that's picked up by the recorders.
Legit, this thing is right there up against the camera. It wants to be seen, which is really fitting for where we're at. Like, it wants to perform, it wants to, you know, let us know it's there, and it was like, hey.
It felt like it was whispering in
Yeah.
my ear.
Well, wait till you see some of the other whispers that we got on here.
Yeah,
They go right along with things, so yeah.
Tell me who's in there. Who's touching the music box in there? I am. Oh my God, this gave me a chills. What's your name? So the female that just said I am. What's your name? Ian. Well, that's a gentleman. What's the female's name? Alcy. Maybe I'll see you, like Oscar. Wow. It's very nice to meet you, Ian.
That was definitely Ian.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's you know, one of the first themes we got when we came in here. Loud and clear with that one, no mistaking that.
Now, what's the reference to Ian? Do you know anything about that, or?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure of it. We've kind of been, you know, we've always known that there was some sort of male energy around here, and I've been joking about it personally since we saw this because I remember that.
Yeah, okay.
And being like, that's loud and clear.
Yeah.
And so now everybody else is just taken to calling him Ian, and I think it seems like the energy's just a little bit lighter now.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
That sounds.
Do you think it's because, like, you know, he has an identity now, and you're acknowledging him in that fashion, or?
Very knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
It just there's a comfort in knowing like a name, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, and not just some unseen force, for sure.
Yeah, we fear the unknown, and like, you know, knowing what he or who he is, or having a name to him, you know, it's putting a name to your fear, maybe. Because yeah, I don't feel as much like pressure when I'm upstairs, or like quite as uncomfortable, and I think that's because I say hi up there.
And it's just the acknowledgement that who it is, and you know, it's becoming more friendly as opposed to standoffish. So.
Yeah. And I think what we can do too is once we're done showing the evidence, I could maybe get like a little recap since we've been here with you, and we can kind of go into that feeling of what's going on. Did you all want to hear that one again, or?
I think we're good.
We're good on that one. That one's pretty clear.
That was clear
yeah.
as day. That was a long one.
You know, we've got this device on the table here that has these little crystals around it, and it basically reacts to ambient static energy in the air. It's like static electricity, so it's not kind of running off of like, you know, like a cell phone, like it's not going to pick up on a cell phone like an EMF meter would or a K2, but you'll see it.
Are you filming yourself when you're doing that? I am filming, not myself. I am filming this as going around, it's taking off. See, are you standing here beside me? No?
female voice saying, "That's me" or "Ask me."
Yeah.
Could it be the door opening?
I don't.
And it's saying like.
Here, let's go back a little
Whatever
bit.
the door says when it opens.
No, because it would say back door,
Yeah.
front door. That sounds like backstage, or
It could be backstage.
Yeah. On the stage, we have this ball, this little clear plastic ball, that whenever it detects vibration, it actually will light up.
It's a little motion detector.
Just watching this, yeah.
And then, so you'll see that actually moving on the stage and lighting up. And then after that, you'll see the that periscope, the device with those light up crystals, react as well.
Okay. All right. Now we know where you're at. Now you got something to mess with. You like that? You can light up again.
There it goes.
Oh, you're tracking now. Okay. Checking out all the stuff on the stage, aren't you?
So, as you can see, it's almost as if somebody's standing on the stage, maybe walking around or maybe performing. There's vibration picked up by that light up ball, and then we've got the periscope picking up some kind of energy up there on the stage too. So this is just the same thing. We've got that periscope.
Or we have connection between the Wi-Fi or the other sensors in here, so it's not internet or radio signal, it's not connected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of the stuff it was saying, there's just, it's definitely from whether it's here. It's like plan B.
And see what's really unique with this and why it's so incredible that we keep getting motion with this is there are times when we'll go places, like we were just in Vermont, we'll have it sit in the middle of a room for an hour and it won't do anything. And here, it seems like no matter where we put it, it was picking up on some sort of moving energy.
Weird.
Yeah.
The other thing is here, we were all having an electronics problem with our cameras.
I think here in a minute you'll see it escalates a little more, and the camera is actually going to have some movement to it. So we'll get to that next clip. Here we go. Nobody up there right now. Play that again because it's pretty awesome. Depends on your.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
How do you feel about that?
That was real freaky.
What's funny is when I put out this call for like, okay, if you have spooky stories and Bossy Grrls, let me know. And I had, I mean, without exaggeration, probably 10 people say, oh, my voice moved around in the dressing room. And I'm like,
you're right.
No, I would say...
You've been drinking, you're a performer, there's 8 other performers up there, stuff gets moved.
Same old story.
But
Yeah.
it's really gross that things are moving up there and there's nobody else there.
Yep. Nobody in the room and things are moving. There you go.
Yeah.
This has pretty much just confirmed everything I've always kind of thought, and I think since our first video, I've noticed that everything is a little more chill, and I'm just gonna keep acknowledging our ghost friends and be friends with them instead of being afraid of them.
It's just kind of heartwarming, and it's just kind of, you know, can't think of the word, but it just feels right to come to a place where I can both take my clothes off and it's haunted as
Those were the right words.
Yeah, it feels home.
I'm not really surprised about the things that you guys found. I'm excited that we finally got to see actual proof of everything, so it was pretty exciting. I'm gonna keep my eyes and ears out for more things.
All right, I'm just disappointed the spirits have been hiding out. Come hang out. We're trying to party. We're trying to have a good time. You would be the life of the party. Come hang with us.
So I'm really pleased that you guys decided to come out here and do this. It definitely gives a lot of credence to all of the sensitive people who have said that they felt something here. So if you want to come on down to Bossy Grrls Pinup Joint and have a spirit, maybe see some spirits, come on down.